Hi, today I want to show you how I make my Asian inspired chicken and vegetables. For this you will need, this is just some frozen vegetables that you can get in the bag. It's a mix, it's the Normandy mix with the broccoli and the cauliflower, the carrots. And to that I have one chicken breast cut into squares. I have a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of garlic powder. I have my crushed black pepper here. And I have sweet and sour sauce to go in at the end. I have about 1/4 of an onion chopped. Well, actually it's sliced into thin slices. And in this bowl I have soy sauce and ginger. And if you don't know what ginger looks like, this is a ginger root. You have to have a very sharp knife to cut that because it's stringy. And over here I have my pan heating up, so let me add everything. This is going to be the marinade. You can actually marinate this, but I didn't. I kind of decided to do the video at the last minute, so I'm just going to toss it in there. And then I'm going to just take the chicken out and add it to the grease. I'm going to spread this out in the pan and let that begin to brown. This is one serving. This is one serving of chicken. If you want to make it for the family, I would advise you to get probably 2 bags of the vegetables and chop up probably 3 chicken breasts. Chicken breasts go a long way because you're slicing them. You want your chicken to cook pretty much all the way through. You can cook it at a high temperature if you like. Me personally, I'm not in a rush. I find that the slower you cook it, the more it absorbs the flavor of what you're trying to impart. Once my chicken gets through browning over there, I am going to add my onions, and I'm going to let those cook for just a second. Then I'm going to add the rest of this. I'm going to then add the vegetables because the vegetables are pretty much already done. They only need to be tossed in the sauce that we're going to create. You can also season your chicken like this, but slice it differently for chicken lo mein at home. The soy sauce and ginger, oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, all of those are basic ingredients in Chinese food. The chicken breast cooks pretty fast. It's not long and tedious. I'm going to be pouring some of this grease off, but I'm going to leave some because it imparts flavor also, seeing that the chicken is being cooked in it. I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this grease off. And return it back to the fire. And I'm cooking this between medium and medium high. If I had a wok, I'd probably cook it at a faster temperature. I guess I should invest in one of those. I cook Chinese food all the time. It's so simple as long as you have the basic ingredients. Everything else, you just pretty much go with what you like. I'm going to add my onions now. I'm not going to let those cook too long because you rarely find soggy onions in Chinese food. They cook them just until they're about translucent, so they still have a little bit of a bite, but they lose that raw flavor. At this point, I'm going to turn the heat up because I'm about to start adding liquids, and I want the liquids to be at the same pace as everything else. The onions are almost ready, so at this point I can add the liquid because they're still going to be cooking along with everything else. The liquid was the rest of the marinade that I put in. I have a little bit of water here to add to that. Just a little. And to that I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the sweet and sour sauce. Give or take. At this point, I am going to add my vegetables so that they can be tossed in the sauce and warmed. Now I can add my garlic powder. And my salt. I'm not going to add all of that salt because of the soy sauce is so salty. I'm just going to give this a good toss and make sure the vegetables are coated and warmed through. Like I said, this can be 1 serving for 1 person or a side dish for 2 people. Or 3 people if they're children. And that's pretty much done. Just making sure everything is coated in the sauce. The vegetables will continue to cook once you remove them. And I'm just going to pour this on the plate. And there you have my Asian-inspired chicken and vegetable melody. Thanks for watching. Bye.